So I want to talk about living and working, and I want to talk about how you can only do one or the other, and how this ties into the ego and the opposite of what the ego is, whatever you would want to call that. Um, you could either live to give or work to take. No, when you live to give, you're living an unselfish, all joy. It's all for the whole. It's all for the whole. It's all for the whole. Versus working, where it's just about you, your safety, your everything. It's only for you. It's only for you. You're taking for yourself so that only you are safe. Now you can only do one or the other. You can't do both. You can't take for yourself and only for yourself and actually expect for that to help anyone else. And there's living to be giving, meaning you live, you enjoy life, and life is enough itself, and you just are so joyful you end up giving and just loving it. You just love to give, and it doesn't matter how much you have or how little or how much. Is the main purpose is you just live to give. I mean, you just are like you're investing for the all. You're investing so you can keep giving versus investing so that you can be just safe yourself. Now in this world, if you look at it, many work for themselves. Many work for so that they have their own safety. It's always about, oh yeah, your bank account, be sure to, oh, this is where the safety is. That way you're safe. It's always about, only worrying about the individual instead of worrying about the whole. And no one almost really teaches that. I mean, even religion teaches you, oh, worry about your own salvation, worry about your own relationship with God, and worry about your own. No, but there is no. Let's worry about all of us. Let's focus on all of us. Let's try to benefit all of us. Let's not just focus on the safety of the individual, but focus on the safety and the concern of everyone. How we're doing, what we're doing to everything. Like God is just something we make up so that we have something to blame, because we don't want to accept that we're selfish. I mean, honestly, it's either you work for everyone and everything, the safety, the joy, the health, the concernment of everything that exists, or you either work for yourself. I mean, it's like two people can have the same job, but one can do it because he's working for everyone, and versus one that's just working for itself, for its own safety, and only cares about itself. The real problem in this world, or the real problem going around, is that people are just selfish. They only care for themselves because they're scared for themselves. Fear is only there because they only worry and only care for themselves. So it's because they're selfish that they're going through what they're going through. They only get stressed because everyone gets stressed. They'll feel stressed, I should say. They'll feel stressed. But I mean, it's only when you're selfish that it actually has any true effect on you. And any food you eat that it poisons you only really does true damage to you when you're selfish. Because when you're selfish, you only end up eating what actually poisons you in the first place. And honestly, because it's only about your self-enjoyment instead of actually worrying, focusing in the whole. It doesn't matter what you eat, but at the same time, when you're focused in the whole, you aren't gonna be eating something that actually poisons you and actually like it. It's natural that way. But honestly, it's just simplest law that exists. Working for the ego, for the self, kills, steals, and destroys. If you work for what the opposite of that is, which I mean many people in this world don't even know it, or many people just don't even know it, it helps out the whole. That's That's what the real problem is. It's just a selfishness inside people's heart. Their concernment for their own self instead of for the whole. Love is not love like the self love. Like love is like as actually caring for the whole versus caring for the individual. And that's really the only difference to tell the difference between what I mean. That's the only way you either live for one or the other. I mean, forget God, forget Jesus, forget Buddha, forget salvation, forget heaven, forget hell, forget everything. You either live to give or you either work for yourself. I mean, that's the only existence there is. It doesn't matter what you do. You either live to give, you focus on all, or you either work for yourself. That's it. Nothing else exists but that simple truth.